This video is all about SMART goals, and in this video we're going to discuss how to make your goals stronger and more detailed so it's more likely that we're going to reach them. So what are SMART goals? So we break it down to SMART. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, realistic and time-based. So we use these 5 approaches to make a very simple, vague goal a lot more detailed, to give a lot more strength and a lot more motivation for us to reach towards. So we're going to start with specific. We want to make our goals specific so that we can really have something concrete to aim for. If it's vague, like I want to lose weight, there's not really any kind of focus or derivative finish point on that. It makes it hard for us to aim for. So we want to make it a lot more specific so we can say, I want to lose 10 pounds. We've got a specific number of weight that we want to lose. That gets us kind of our driving force of where we're aiming for. So once we know our end point, we can then create an action plan to get there. If the end point is vague, the journey is going to be all over the place and not directed at one specific goal. We can make it a lot more specific as well by adding even more detail into that kind of original goal that we set ourselves. Okay, so next we have measurable. We need to make our goals measurable so that we can tell whether we've reached it or not. It's not always a bad thing if we fail. If we learn something from the journey, we can always make better choices next time, but we have to have something to measure it across in order to know if we've made it or not. So, carrying on from the goal last time, I want to lose 10 pounds in 8 weeks. So how can we measure that? I will weigh myself at the start and the end of the 8 weeks. So if our goal is to lose weight, weighing ourselves is a very obvious way to measure the progress. So we're going to weigh ourselves at the beginning, weigh ourselves at the end, and that will give us a very clear answer whether we failed or succeeded in our goal. It's very easy, and that again allows us to track the progress we've made or not, and therefore make better choices next time if we haven't reached it. Getting a bit more specific, so we're still tying in the specific and the measurable together. You can add even more specificities to that goal. So if you measure yourself at the start, at the halfway point and at the end way point, it makes it a lot more specific, a lot more measurable, and therefore gives us an opportunity to adjust things as we go to make sure we reach our goals. So next we have attainable. So it has to be attainable and achievable, otherwise we're fighting a losing battle, we're not going to get there, so it has to be achievable. So you currently weigh X amount. For me, for example, I weigh 100 kilos. I want to weigh 10 pounds less in 8 weeks time. Okay, is that achievable? So I need to lose 1.25 pounds per week in order to do that. Yes, that is achievable because we would expect to see a 1 to 2 pounds drop in weight per week. That's like sustainable, it's maintainable, it's quite enjoyable, so you can still eat out, enjoy some food you like to enjoy, but also it depends on you personally. The more body fat you have to lose, the quicker it will come off. The leaner you already are, the harder it will be to lose that 10 pounds. So we have to adjust it and make sure whether it's attainable or achievable for us personally. It may suit someone else, but if it doesn't suit us, it's not going to be good for our goal. Next we have realistic. So are our goals realistic? This kind of plays into our lifestyle, our action plan, and everything else that kind of gets in the way of our life. So I want to lose 10 pounds in 8 weeks. I have no obvious obstacles in the way. I haven't got a wedding coming up or a birthday or any other kind of celebration that could throw me off track. There's nothing clearly in the way at the moment that's going to throw me off hitting my goal of 10 pounds in 8 weeks. Therefore, it is realistic, and therefore I can stick to my daily and weekly action plans to achieve my goal of losing 10 pounds in 8 weeks. Again, if you do have something in here, you have a birthday, a celebration, anything like that, take it into account for whether it's going to be realistic. If you're away for 4 days in that 8 week period, you know you're going to be eating a lot, drinking a lot maybe, you may have to adjust your goals to make sure it's realistic to hit your big end goal of the 10 pounds. And finally, we have timed. So I want to lose weight. It's very simple, very basic. But I want to lose weight before my holiday. Again, get a bit more specific, but it's not very clear. If your holiday's in 8 weeks, that's the goal. I want to lose this amount of weight for my holiday in this time. So we've got a time. Put all these together, we've got specific goals that we can measure. They're realistic, they're achievable, and there's a time frame on it. If there's no time frame on your goal, there's kind of no pressure, and we work well under pressure. So having that end goal target helps us to motivate us and push us forward to get our results. Okay, so now we're going to talk about your SMART goals. So I want to lose 10 pounds for my holiday in 8 weeks' time. I will weigh myself at the start, middle and end to know that I have reached or failed my goal. I am aiming for realistic progress of 1.25 pounds per week and have no obvious obstacles in my way that will stop me from sticking to my plan. So everything we've just gone through in the previous slides, we just put into a sentence and we've written it down, and that is our goal. If we go on to the next bit, so we can see we've got a specific goal here. We want to lose 10 pounds. That's our specific goal. We've got 8 weeks before our holiday. That gives us our time frame. Weighing ourselves is our way of measuring our progress, so our measurability. It's a realistic rate of weight loss of 1.2 pounds per week with no obstacles in the way. So we've hit those 5 things in one sentence or 2 sentences. We know definitely we can achieve our goal, and by writing it down, it's going to make it more real and more clear in our head of what we have to do and how we're going to do it. So when you create your goals, don't just say, I want to lose weight. Make it specific. I want to get into this pair of jeans. I want to fit into this shirt. I want to weigh this much. I want to look this way. Have specific goals with time frames, ways of measuring, all sorts. I used weight today because it's quite an easy one to use and it's quite relatable for you guys. But we don't always like to use weight as the measure. So link it to your goal, what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it, but use this as kind of a rough template to go on. Cool, so thanks for watching. That was quite a long, in-depth go through of goals and SMART goals. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Put them in the comments below and I'll get back to everyone as soon as I can, because if you've got a question, more than likely someone else has got a question as well, and we're going to help everyone in the group to understand things even further.